How does Siri work? At some point you may have said something like, "Hey Siri, set a timer for 10 minutes. A moment later the timer starts. No buttons pressed. No menus opened. Just a short conversation with your phone. Voice assistants like Siri make this interaction feel surprisingly natural. You speak a command and the device responds almost immediately. But behind that simple exchange is a chain of technologies working together to understand speech, interpret meaning, and perform tasks. So today we are going to walk through how Siri actually works and what happens between the moment you speak and the moment your device responds. Chapter 1: Listening for the wake word. Siri does not constantly process everything you say. Instead, it listens for a specific phrase known as the wake word. In this case, that phrase is usually, "Hey Siri." Your device uses a small on-device model that monitors audio for that phrase. This process is designed to be lightweight so it does not consume too much power. When the wake word is detected, the device activates the full voice assistant system and begins recording the request that follows. Only after this activation does the system start processing the command. Chapter 2: Converting speech to text. Once Siri captures your request, the first major step is speech recognition. Your spoken words must be converted into written text that a computer can analyze. This process is known as automatic speech recognition. Machine learning models analyze the audio signal and identify patterns that correspond to words and phrases. The system considers pronunciation, accents, and background noise while interpreting the speech. Within a short moment, your spoken command becomes a line of text. Chapter 3: Understanding the meaning. After the speech has been converted to text, the next challenge is understanding what the user actually wants. This step is often called natural language understanding. The system analyzes the sentence structure and identifies the intent behind the request. For example, the phrase, "set a timer for 3 minutes," contains a clear action and a time value. The assistant identifies that the user wants to create a timer and extracts the number of minutes from the sentence. This allows the system to translate human language into a structured instruction. Chapter 4: Matching the intent to an action. Once the system understands the request, it must determine what action to perform. Voice assistants maintain a list of supported tasks such as sending messages, setting reminders, opening apps, or controlling device settings. The assistant matches the recognized intent to the appropriate function. In the timer example, the system calls the device's timer feature and sets the duration to 10 minutes. This step connects language understanding to actual software features on the device. Chapter 5: Cloud processing. Many voice assistant tasks involve sending information to remote servers for additional processing. Complex speech recognition and natural language models often run on powerful servers in the cloud. The device transmits the request securely to these servers. The servers analyze the request and return the appropriate response. For some simple tasks, newer devices can perform the processing directly on the device without sending data externally. This helps improve response speed and privacy. Chapter 6: Accessing information and services. Some requests require external information. For example, asking about the weather or the latest sports score requires retrieving data from online services. When Siri receives such a request, it queries relevant data sources through internet connections. The system gathers the requested information and formats it into a response that can be read aloud or displayed on the screen. Chapter 7: Generating the response. Once the assistant has the answer or action result, it prepares a response. This response is then converted into spoken audio using text-to-speech technology. Text-to-speech systems generate synthetic voices that sound increasingly natural. The result is the voice you hear responding through the device's speakers. Although the voice sounds conversational, it is generated entirely through software. Chapter 8: Learning and improvement. Voice assistants improve over time by analyzing large amounts of interaction data. Engineers train machine learning models using examples of speech and language patterns. This training helps the system better understand different accents, phrasing styles, and command structures. Updates to the software gradually improve accuracy and expand the range of tasks the assistant can perform. Chapter 9: Privacy and Local Processing. Voice assistants have raised important questions about privacy. Companies design these systems to activate only after the wake word is detected. Many newer devices also perform more processing locally rather than sending data to remote servers. This helps limit the amount of information leaving the device. While no system is completely private, modern designs attempt to balance convenience with user control. To wrap up, Siri worked by combining several technologies that operate in sequence. First, the device listens for a wake word to activate the assistant. Then speech recognition converts spoken words into text. Natural language processing interprets the meaning of the request. The system matches the request to an action or retrieves information from online services. Finally, the response is generated using text-to-speech technology and played back to the user. Together, these steps allow voice assistants to translate spoken language into useful digital actions. Voice assistants may seem simple on the surface, but they rely on several layers of advanced technology working together. Speech recognition, language understanding, cloud computing, and synthetic voice generation all play a role. When these pieces work smoothly together, the result is something that feels almost conversational. Even though it is ultimately a complex chain of software responding to your voice. This has been a mini Leviathan production. If you enjoyed it, check out our other videos. Comment below what other topics you would like us to cover. See you in the next one.